As you all know, this is TechWatch. We keep an eye on tech. We usually say so you don't have to, but I'm going to say this. We keep an eye on tech all week. Then we talk about it. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being alongside for the ride. Jay Harrison, Sam Bushman here for NetworkProvidersInc.com. If you want to partner when it comes to IT, think strategic consultants, strategic executive partners that can help you with all your IT needs. NetworkProvidersInc.com. And you can check out the show at NPITechGuys.com. That's NPITechGuys.com. And Jay, this is an interesting little tidbit that I found that I just find astonishing. The headline says, a third of web pages published since ChatGPT's launch shows signs of AI authorship.
That's amazing.
I find that, whoa.
That's
because,
amazing.
Look, it's only been out since, what, 23?
That's right. Yep.
For the masses, now I know it's been out longer than that but I'm saying for the masses, 23. So what are we talking about? 3 solid years? A little more?
Yep.
Because I think it came out in what, late 23? Or was it late 22?
I think it was late 23. It was like November or something.
So we're almost to 3 years.
Yeah.
And a third of web pages. Buddy, there is millions and millions of web pages. A third of them have been, and I would say they're co-authored by AI. I don't like the idea that we say they were authored by AI. Most of the time, people come up with the ideas. AI helps with some of the wording and everything else, and then people kind of finish them off themselves and everything else. And so they're co-authored by AI. But a third of the pages, I mean, how long will it be till all the pages have AI in them?
I think it
won't be long.
It's an amazing statistic, right? Third of the pages are authored by them. And it's interesting. I think that it's a little bit less than that, and I'll tell you why. Number one, we don't even have the watermarks. We talked a little bit about that on a previous episode about Claude doing watermarks. We don't know
for sure, in other words. They're just depending on kind of algorithmic words and M-dashes and things that AI does to tell now, and they're not as accurate as they could be, right?
M-dash is exactly where I was going to go with this, is I think what they're looking at is content. So if you did an About Us and you had AI write it for you, and you pasted that in for your About Us on your webpage, it's gonna. I think in their study of this, it's gonna broadly include that as AI authored in the page. Where I wouldn't say that's AI authored. Yes, the paragraph was, but it's not like the web page was. This makes it sound like a third of all web pages that are out there were created by AI, and I think that's a lot of content is being created by AI for a web page, especially when you just need to fill, right? You just like, oh gosh, I got to fill in you're filling out a template and it's asking you for some section and you're like, okay, AI, just generate some text for me. You're going to have that kind of stuff, but it doesn't mean that the whole website's being built by AI.
I agree 100%. And it also is this, like I say, if I have AI draft something for me, let's say that I want a page that's an About Us page. Look, TechWatch Radio has been around for 20 plus years. We're funded by and partnered with a company called Network Providers Inc., which is an IT company. And it's Sam and Jay. Both of us have deep AI and IT experience in the real world. We work for companies and have done so for years. We've ran this technology show for a long time. Now create an About page, and then it runs it, and it gives me the first draft, and then I say, no, this is wrong. This isn't good. I don't like this. Refine this. And I get, say, 5 drafts out of ChatGPT. Then I take it to Claude, and I say, Claude, look at this. And Claude says, yeah, this is good, but you need these 2 things. And I say, good, implement them. And then I go back to ChatGPT, and it says, yeah, this is better, but add this. And then I basically take that and give it to Jay, and Jay looks at it and says, I want these changes and this and that. And then I put up this page. And it says, oh, it's authored by AI.
Because that's going to show, their wording was that it, what was published is, shows signs of AI authorship. It's going to show signs of AI authorship in there.
It is, but it is not AI authored. It was Sam that came up with the ideas, Sam that gave it the general overview. Yes, AI kind of put some words in there. I'm not saying AI isn't part of it, but then I literally took it to people and another AI bot, and then I reworded it and did this and that and had other people review it and some people correct some grammar and this and that. At the end of the day, I mean, I would say that it's Sam Bushman authored and it was AI supported or AI contributed or assisted or whatever you want to say. That's more of the truth of the matter. And if you say that, I would say that I bet you a third of the pages are that way. But then you look at pages and you go, wait a minute, what if one paragraph in a page was AI? What if I'm like, look, I want to write this page, I write it all, and then at the end I'm like, what copyright should I have, or what disclaimer should I have on here? Hey, I need a disclaimer for this, this, and this, and AI comes up with a disclaimer paragraph.
Well, now your page is going to be...
I put the little disclaimer on there that was AI. That's right. But now they say my whole page is AI. That's not even true.
It's going to show signs of AI authorship then.
Now, I'm going to give you an example, and I don't mean to throw anybody under the bus, but I'll give you an example. I was giving an AI presentation, and then at the end I did some Q&A, and some people were with me in the Q&A, and one of the people in the Q&A said, oh, yeah, this whole presentation was AI generated. I'm like, oh, wait, hold on a minute. I wrote that dang thing, people. Yes, AI helped, and yes, AI did eventually put the slideshow together to some degree, but I authored. I'm the one that came up with the brilliant ideas of the presentation. So, if we're not careful, there's two sides to this coin. One is everybody's saying, I don't want AI to steal human content. On the other hand, I don't want AI to steal my content either. AI getting the credit for all that is bogus. Now, did AI participate? Yes, it did. But the concepts of this whole presentation that I give, that's like an hour long on how to implement AI in your business. It's called AI, the Real Story. Okay. And this whole thing, I don't know that we can say AI created all that. That's just not really accurate. Anyway, it's very interesting discussions about, we complain that AI is stealing everybody's human copyrights. And what about the opposite, though?
Right. Where AI is assisting as a tool, and then you're putting the polishing work on it, and then somebody saying is dismissing your work because they're just like, well, AI contributed
AI
to it.
did that, yeah. And I'm saying, wait a minute, hold on. I'm the one that came up with, I'm the brainchild.
It is an interesting debate. And I saw a funny comic where the panel was this guy orders a pizza, and because he paid for it, the chef brings out the pizza, and the guy goes, look at the great pizza I made because he paid for it. So, and they were making the comparison that sometimes people are like that. And I have seen people do that a little bit where they're just like, oh, I made this cool whatever, and it was AI. But there is,
Well,
I mean,
so
obviously
here's the
they had to
next
draft the prompts.
Let's say I want to develop software, and I am the brainchild of this software, and I come up with the idea, and I say, I want this software to do this. And I've actually done this, by the way, with several pieces of software.
Right.
And then I have a person code it for me, because I don't code every day. And so somebody writes it, and then I get it compiled, and I copyright it, and I this and that. And now I say, hey, I wrote this program.
Right. You've actually done this before with programmers overseas and stuff.
Right. Did I
before
really write
AI?
it? Right.
Did you really write it? You'd say no. Some people would argue, well, no, you didn't actually write it, Sam. But you'd say, well, I funded this. I paid programmers to write this by hand.
I came up with the ideas. Whenever it was a decision to be made, I made the decisions. At the end of the day, I copyrighted it. It's my work. I own it. I own the source code.
It's kind of like people saying Bill Gates wrote Windows, right? Though it's like he did fund it. He made it happen. He's probably not really down in the code. He's got people doing that, but he still gets the credit for Windows, right? By and large.
I don't know that that's dishonest either.
Right.
Okay, well, what if I then, instead of having a person overseas write it or a buddy write it, or even if I wrote it myself, what if I have AI write a lot of it? But yet I help debug it, I test it, I tell AI where it's wrong. When AI wants to assign a key for something, I say, no, I don't want that, I want this, and here's why. And AI goes, oh, you're right, good point, Sam. I can see what you're saying. This is more compatible. Let's do this. And at the end of the day, I get this software and stuff. Do I just have to say AI wrote it? It's AI software?
I don't know. The lines get blurred. Maybe you just have to say assisted by AI.
Well, anyway, that's the debate, and we still haven't gotten to the end of that road, folks. But ChatGPT is going to be authoring more things.
We're going to get a label that just says like signs of AI authorship, and just put it on every software and everything that's made, because AI is affecting
bogus.
Every facet of the technology community, the economics,
Amen.
Everything. It's touching the
in
whole
its
world.
Infancy, though, Jay. So you think it's touching the whole world now? You just wait, buddy.
I know.
It's going to be crazy. All right, now listen. Are you the author of your texts, Jay? Because you might not be going forward, sir.
I don't know that I'm going to let GPT handle my text messaging for me.
So ChatGPT says that they can now send texts for you with new Apple Messages plugin. Ever wanted someone else to do your texting for you? Well, now you got your opportunity. ChatGPT is going to have what are called automated texts scribed by this Apple plug-in automation thing. And so now you got to kind of ask the question of, is that a robot, Jay?
It is, but what I'm number one, I'm interested.
They don't call it a row; they just call it a bot, though, right?
Yeah. Well, we're shortening everything. It's got to get it down to one syllable. But it's interesting that iMessage is letting. I could see it doing this on SMS or through Google or something. But the fact that they have a plugin
Apple's way behind. They got to do something to catch up, bro. Come on.
I know, but it's interesting. But secondarily, do you want AI, sending emails, sending texts on your behalf? There's a lot of legal precedent and stuff for that. Like, you're responsible for the things that you say on text messages and emails, especially corporately, right? A lot of it's subject to disclosure. And, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know if you know, but they've got this popular song years ago, and it's kind of a dirty song, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. And this goes down with this girl and everything else, and the song basically says, "Wasn't me, wasn't there, wasn't me."
Is it a country song?
No.
Oh, I don't know what song you're referring to. So.
Anyway, it's okay. All I'm telling you is that the reason I bring that up is because that's kind of where people are going to go. They're going to be like, "I didn't write that."
Well, when you plug in AI, now you've got plausible deniability, right? Well, it wasn't me. That was my AI agent that cussed you out.
So anyway, it's kind of weird how this is all happening. Now, you can put guardrails on it, though, Jay, and you can just have it do some basic responses and stuff like that. If somebody asks you for a phone number, maybe it could just give the phone number to a trusted colleague, or if it asks you, I'm not saying that I love it. I see very serious concerns. I also see, though, that eventually I think some of these things are going to happen, even to the best of us.
Yeah, and a lot of people have guardrails where they're letting AI, for example, read and respond to their email, but it just sets up drafts so they can just scan through it, read it themselves, approve it, and send it out. It's not actually sending on their behalf. So there are some smart ways to do that. Am I for that? Maybe. I mean, I've used like Gemini built into to reword an email in Gmail and stuff like that.
Sucks, by the way, though, man. I don't like it.
It's getting better. I know what you're saying.
I know.
And I agree.
Bugs the heck out of me, though. Quit popping up all the time and bugging me and acting like, look, I'll call you when I want you. Okay, don't call me. I'll call you.
My people will call your people. I know. And Google's pushing hard. Like they're trying to, even on people that have had free Gmail accounts and stuff. Now they're constantly have an upgrade button, and they want people to pay for it. Because I think it's costing them a lot of money to do all this or roll out Gemini like this. But, I have used that before sometimes, or sometimes just sampled it, previewed it, and been like, no, my way was better. Leave it the way it was. But I don't know. I'm leaning towards the idea of exploring with it, of having it draft emails.
Even if
but
your
I would
way
never
might be better, though, Jay, you might say for the time's sake, it's good enough. Go. Boom.
You're right, but I would never, at least not right now, right? Because it's a moving target. I would never have it just send stuff on my behalf or respond without my knowledge. I know, right?
Famous last words.
We'll never need more than 640K of memory, right?
That's right. And so I'm just telling you, it's very strange. Well, listen, what used to happen is people would text and drive.
Right.
But that's not going to be happening anytime soon because Apple and ChatGPT are going to send your texts, and you're not going to need the drive. It's all coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. Headline says Tesla, Uber, and Waymo all get the okay to operate thousands of mobile taxis in Nevada. We'll talk about it coming up. You're listening to and watching TechWatch.
Most creators don't need more ideas. They need a team behind them. That's where Beat Crew comes in. Podcasts, radio, video, and live production. We handle the production so you can focus on your message. From recording to editing, branding, publishing, and delivery, we manage everything behind the scenes. No production headaches, no complicated workflows, no chasing files or figuring out tech. Just consistent professional content delivered on time. Whether you're running a podcast, radio show, live stream, or media brand, Beat Crew works like your in-house production team. You show up. We do the rest. Beat Crew HQ. We do the work, you take the credit. Are you building a show or already have one? Message us and we'll take a look.
All right, Tesla, Uber, and Waymo all get the okay to operate thousands of robotaxis in Nevada, they say. Together, these permits will allow up to 8,000 systems to be deployed in the next 12 months. Jay,
why
this
are they
number
capping
is
it?
Startling.
Why are they capping it to certain numbers, like 8,000? Why not just say, if you're gonna approve it, why not just say let it rip? Get as many out there as you can.
I think because they need to be responsible and go in stages. They've now released enough of them around the country, and they've blocked traffic, and they've done different things, and they've refined their software, and they've done kind of rolled out controlled studies and case, I don't know what you want to call it, case studies and examples, and they're refining it and working on it. So then they do more, and then they do more, and then they do more. And this is the biggest rollout that I've seen. My first ride in a completely driverless vehicle, it was a Waymo vehicle and stuff like that, was in Nevada.
Right.
And so all I'm telling you is that they're rolling it out, folks, and they're doing it step by step or stage by stage. And I'm telling you, the results are showing that these cars are safer than human drivers.
That's for sure. And I say that we're stifling innovation by staging it. So I understand being cautious. I think they've done that. I think we've covered that in the last couple of years. Let her rip. Open the floodgates.
Well, and now they're having the vehicles, I can't remember what they're called, but they're the ones that have no steering wheel, too.
Yeah, those are the Amazon Zooks, or Z-O-O-X.
Whatever
however they say
Zooks. And the problem, Jay, is I think you've got several discussions. One is the safety that we're talking about and the cautiousness. And you bring that up that we've already solved most of that. And I think there's truth to that. What I do think, though, is you've still got to acclimate people in society to be comfortable with this, though. When you see a car, dude, going by at 70 miles an hour and there's nobody driving, you're kind of going, wait a minute, and stuff. And when
I think we're past that, though. I think people still novel at the miracle. Like they say, like, oh, hey, look at that. There's a car. Just like they do with a cyber truck goes by or something with somebody driving it. They're just like, hey,
people
there's
still
one of those.
rubberneck and gawk at those things, dude.
I know, because they're cool. But or they hate them.
The next thing, though, is levels. So on one hand, you still have people facing forward, and you still see a steering wheel, and you go, okay, somebody could take over and control that thing if they need to. But when you then have a car that doesn't have a steering wheel at all, and then instead of the passengers facing forward, you got them, facing side by side like a bus might be or something, and the people are not even facing forward, and they're just like engaged in a checkers game or something. I'm just saying it becomes a whole different scenario, and I'm just telling you, you got to acclimate people and get people's comfort level.
I think the citizenship is over that. I think it's the bureaucrats that still need acclimating.
All right. Well, I know what you're saying, but I'm just telling you, I still think people are weirded out by it. Most people have not experienced being in a driverless car yet.
That's true. I'm one of them.
Including you.
That's right.
Yeah. And I've only been in one time, and I did it intentionally because I am a tech guy, and I wanted the experience, and I wanted the experimentation and everything else.
But I'm not squeamish about it. I'd do it.
Yeah, I'm not. I went in it. It was fun. It was interesting. It was a trip, though. It was not. So I'm just telling you, I think we still need to work on society's comfortability with it, though.
I have been on roller coasters and all kinds of. Those are all driverless, right? Does that count?
But no, because they're on a track.
Oh, okay.
And they do have accidents too, by the way.
They do. That's right. Everything
People
does.
get stuck upside down, buddy.
Life is an accident waiting to happen, so you got to take the risk.
You're right about that reality check. That's for sure. All right, Senator Ron Wyden's in the news, and I don't like these stories because they become political in a hurry, and I don't want to focus on the political aspect of this. But he sent a letter to the U.S. federal watchdog requesting a comprehensive review of how the FBI and the Secret Service and all these other groups use spyware against the American people, Jay. And this is kind of an interesting discussion. They're using spyware against all of us, and he wants to know how and why and what the justification is, and he wants accountability on this. And I couldn't agree with him more.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Who is the U.S. federal watchdog, though? What is that?
Well, read the different list of people that they're talking about. The FBI.
The DEA, ICE.
The DEA.
Homeland Security. I got all that.
CIA.
But he said he's sending it to the U.S. federal watchdog. I guess he means Congress. I don't know. Maybe that's a euphemism for Congress.
It's a euphemism for whoever's supposed to be in charge of watching. And I think a lot of these agencies are supposed to be watching each other, Jay.
They're supposed to be, but I think they've got back-end handshakes, and you look the other way.
You're right about all that. And that's really Ron Wyden's problem is he's just kind of saying, guys, I don't know what's going on here, but this seems to be off the rails. You guys are violating people's Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights until the cows come home, and this has got to stop. I think that's where Ron Wyden is on this thing, and I think the senator's right. I think it's something that really needs to be out in the open and discussed, and accountability needs to happen. If there's really legitimate warrants and things in the the right place, fine. But
agree.
until then, though, let's not cut corners. Let's not have these flock cameras everywhere reading my license plate when I'm just an innocent citizen. And, you're going to start reading driverless car license plates and saying nobody was in there. I wasn't there. That's what you're going to start saying. And so I just ducked down when the cameras are there, and it wasn't me. I mean, what are you talking about?
I don't think there can be too much transparency in government. You have
Agreed.
These guys are public servants. They're working for us. They're doing what needs to be done. There needs to be every level of transparency that you can make happen reasonably. I mean, you don't want to be exposing people's personal addresses or things like that, or especially people that are police officers and stuff like this. I understand some of that, but as far as what they're doing, how they're doing it, what tools they're using to spy in America, I mean, why would they even be doing that for the first place? But if they are, let's find out.
Yeah.
There's a new website. You've seen the Have I Been Pwned website. There's a new website called Have I Been Flocked. And so you can look up, you can put in your license plate number and see if there's been requests in the flock system for your license plate ever.
Jay, you have been pwned and you have been flocked. I'm positive.
I know, but everybody's been flocked, right?
Yeah,
but
they
have you been
yes.
looked up? Like, has somebody done a search for your license plate in the flock system before?
Well,
that's
if you're
what
not a pretty girl, probably not. So there you go. I'm just saying that, and that's sadly what the breaches have been about, that people are so frustrated about. It's
You're
like,
right.
Hey, it's a security. I mean, if it's my daughter or my wife, I'm just saying it's bad news. How do you say this word, Jay? Pangram? Pangram? I don't know. But they say that it shines in text analysis, but stumbles with AI-generated images. You say, what is this thing? This Pangram is an AI tool, and it showcases remarkable accuracy in identifying chatbot-generated text, distinguishing AI-written content from human-written content. They say with near perfect precision in text. Now, what's interesting is this the people that are saying a third of the websites are whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
But they say its capabilities falter significantly when it's applied to AI-generated images, often misidentifying or failing to analyze them properly. And this discrepancy is highlighting the challenges and limitations of current AI detection. And they say despite these setbacks, their text, ability is highly valuable and stuff. And I would say I agree with that, Jay, to some degree. But that's just detecting what's created with AI.
Right.
But AI is really good at interpreting pictures. And let me tell you how I know. I've been working on software, and one of the softwares that I do, it's a PowerPoint presentation software. It does a bunch of other things, but one of the things it does is display PowerPoints. And the reason I developed it is because I want to, do PowerPoints, and I can't really tell what's on Microsoft's PowerPoint software, Google's and stuff. I can't tell what's on the screen. I can't really read the slides. And anyway, there's some accessibility, but not good enough. And so I created a program that does this, and I can hit a hotkey, Control-I, and it will read to me. First off, it'll take the slide, and if it's graphics, it'll convert it to text, but it'll also read to me. And so it will say, Sam, your slide 2 is on the screen. Here's what it says. Yes, it's centered. Or it'll say, no, you know what? Part of your text is off the screen, Sam. It runs off the screen. And it actually can tell me exactly what's going on my screen.
That's pretty incredible. I like that.
And so I know there's a difference between telling if a photo was created with AI or not. That's a big difference versus reading the picture. But in modern iPhones now, too, they have this magnifier software. And if you turn on magnifier in your latest iPhone and then you turn on, I can't remember the term that it's called, but then I can point it at something and it can tell me what it is.
No, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that.
I can point it at a room and it'll say you've got a door with a window in it and a window to the side of it. Or you can point it and it'll say it's a kitchen. It's got a blue counter and a whatever. Or it can say, you point it and it'll say a girl sitting on a couch. Anyway, and it can describe, and it's not perfect, and it's not as fast as you would like it, so it's not real time like your eyes, right?
Right.
But it's getting close, it's getting faster, and I'm telling you right now, it isn't going to be long where that thing's going to become reliable, and all you got to do is turn that into glasses, and I need some glasses, Jay.
Well, I think that they have something like that.
Are we out of time
already.
totally?
We are out of time for this episode.
What on earth is happening? Time flies when you're having fun. Anyway, if you want to partner in tech, think networkprovidersinc.com. If you want to see the show, npitechguys.com, YouTube, Rumble, we're everywhere. We keep an eye on tech, and then we talk about it. Thanks for being alongside for the ride. For Sam and Jay, make it a great tech day, will you? Hey, thanks.